Good morning, Manayunk, and welcome to another episode of Manayunk Mornings at Home. Joining me on the show today is Heather from Awakenings Pole Fitness. Heather, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. So walk me through, when the first, stay-at-home order happened back in March, what was running through your head?
So the first thing was like, what am I going to do? Because we offer aerials classes, which, you can't really do that at home. And we also offer pole classes and other classes as well, but those are our two big formats that bring people to our studio, so pole and aerials. And we do have students that have poles at home, but for the most part, it was going to be like a quick pivot. We had to figure out how are we going to keep our members active and happy and involved and still be able to connect. So it was literally, I actually shut our doors a day before the order went into effect. So within 24 hours, I had to set up a Zoom account and get all of my instructors, my team of instructors, educated on how to do Zoom classes and also disassemble an entire schedule and then reassemble it. So I basically had to demolish my in-studio business that was running and then create an online business. So it was insane.
How did you do it? Walk me through that process. I mean, did you take any time to kind of step back and reevaluate it, or was it kind of like, you know what, let's just go. Let's see what happens?
Yeah, I think it was the latter of the two options. It was just a matter of like survival mode. Like, this is what we have to do. We have to keep our members happy, and let's get on Zoom. I know we can do live streaming. Let's educate ourselves on what we have to do. Again, like it's kind of like survival mode. The process in my head was just like tunnel vision, let's get through this. It's a short-term thing, and members, it'll be fun. In a way, it'll be kind of a novelty, right? And we'll keep everybody safe, and we're going to be working out at home and come up with different formats, that we don't normally offer. I mean, I didn't usually offer Zumba, although I'm a Zumba instructor, but I started to offer Zumba online. We offered some strength and conditioning classes specifically for aerialists, so, upper body and core strength classes. We offered dance classes, things that we don't really normally focus on in our studio, just to keep our members engaged.
What have you been doing out when you have the chance not to work? Yeah. What's been keeping you positive? Have you been doing any hobbies or any cooking at home?
I wish I had time for that. I mean, yeah, I try to balance it out a little bit. Like, I have two teenage daughters, and my older daughter and I will sit and watch something. Like, she'll pick out some Netflix series and we'll start watching it. So I'll set aside, at least an hour to just bond with my children on weekdays, and then on the weekends I do try to get out, just escape. And my brother has a boat down on the Chesapeake, so we'll go down there and hang out on the boat a little bit. So I guess if those are my hobbies, that's what I'm doing to try to decompress or de-stress.
What's been motivating you to keep going? What's to stay positive and to keep tackling the next day after the next day?
Whew, I think it's just the fact that I have people relying on me, and like I said, I'm kind of in survival mode, so it's a little bit of tunnel vision. So I'm focused, and I'm the kind of person that it's hard, it's really difficult for me because I kind of need that endpoint. I need okay, this is what's going to happen when you finish the race. So you need to keep going until you finish the race. We don't have that right now, right? So it is difficult. I try to stay positive, just thinking I'm not the only one in this situation. I'm obviously not. There's so many other small business owners that are in the same boat, and we have to get through this. We're going to get through this somehow. And obviously I look at my children and I know that I have to do what I have to do to survive for them. And, I don't have the luxury of just jumping ship and trying something different at this point, as if there was any jobs out there that were different. But
Yeah, exactly. You just got to take it one day at a time and fight on to the next one, right?
that's right. That's right.
You know, new customers, new clients, walking in for the first time post-COVID. What can they expect in terms of, you know, safety precautions and things like that?
So first, we ask people to not show up too early because we don't want people lingering in the studio. And when they come in, obviously they have to wear masks. They have to wear face coverings. And we have a little hand sanitizing station right when they come in. And then all of the poles are set up with their own alcohol bottle and clean single-use kind of rags, I guess is the best way to say it, to wipe down their poles. And same thing with the aerials. And we don't have any touching, you know, on any kind of check-in or anything like that. The instructors check them in on an app. So, and all of our equipment is already, even pre-COVID, at least 6 feet apart. So social distancing isn't an issue. However, it's more the regulations handed down by the CDC as far as you know, how many people you can occupancy, how many people you can have in the studio at a time. So they're wiping down their poles throughout class anyway. We've done that pre-COVID. Alcohol kills anything. And then, you know, at the end of class, they're asked to wipe down their poles again and clean up around their space. And that's basically it. Obviously, we do have kind of a little agreement with our students. It's a written agreement that they don't come in if they've had any kind of symptoms of COVID-19, if they weren't feeling well, if they were exposed to somebody, if they have been tested recently and don't have their test results back, of course, this kind of thing. So we have kind of a partnership agreement with our student base to work together on keeping our space as clean and safe as possible.
Well, I'm glad you're taking every precaution to make sure your students and your instructors are both safe. Before you go, I do have to ask, you know, what do you love the most about having your studio here in Manayunk?
Well, what we're doing right now is one of my favorite things. So, meaning that it is a community, and I think the Manayunk Development Corporation has been very supportive of businesses in Manayunk, and they really truly support businesses. It is a small community. I know several other of the small business owners, and we chat, you know, when I come into their business. We talk about how we can help each other, and it's just a nice place to be. There's always something going on in Manayunk, and it's a lively kind of community, and I love that.
And before you go, how can people sign up for classes, online or in person? Where can they go?
They can go to our website at www.awakeningspolefitness.com. And on the page there's like a menu on the side, of course, and you can click on the How to Get Started tab if you're interested in just starting off. We do have beginners classes, and that means if you've never had experience, we take you through the whole process of learning the foundations of either aerials or pole. And a lot of people are intimidated. They think they need upper body strength to start off, but of course we don't require any upper body strength. We will build it as you go along. So that's the website. You can go there and sign up for classes. Typically beginners start off with what we have a beginner series in both pole and aerials, and so it's typically 6 weeks long, and they can join in for the 6-week series. We have them starting up, one starting up in August, so they should check out the website, go to the How to Get Started tab, and get started.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. It was great catching up with you, and I wish you the best of luck moving forward into this more greenish phase.
Sounds good. I really appreciate your time today and asking me to come on.
Stay safe out there. Well, that's our show for today. It was great catching up with Heather from Awakenings and seeing what's going on down at the studio there. If you love this show, make sure to hit like, comment, share. If you're on our YouTube page, you can watch previous episodes by clicking right here. We'll see you next time on Manayunk Mornings at Home.